In today's episode, we're gonna analyze some part of Benfica-Barcelona Champions League game of the other night. And what I want to review is one simple thing, right? We're gonna see one player taking risk on the field and creating a chance, right, to score. But we're gonna see mostly mistakes that professional players are making, a ton of mistakes that they made today. And the thing is that they don't shut down after those mistakes. They don't let those mistakes affect the rest of the game. So we're gonna see Szczesny making two mistakes, the goalie for Barcelona. We have the Benfica goalie kicking the ball against Rafinha and scoring in his own net. We're gonna see an own goal. So we're gonna see a lot of mistakes, and we're talking about players that are playing at the top level in Champions League. So that's just to show you that professional players are still making mistakes. So let's dive into it. I want to talk about taking risks as a midfielder. So this guy here passed the ball to, I think it's De Jong here. So he passed the ball to the midfielder here. So let's take a look. And then he looks up, right? The head of this midfielder is not looking down at the ball. He's looking up as he's received the ball. And then what does he do, right? Many other midfielders, they would switch it to the left side or switch it to the winger here. They would, maybe bounce it back with this guy here. What does he do? He see the gap in between here. You see Lewandowski here in the middle. And then basically Lewandowski played a bounce to the other one over here, and they created a chance. So let's see here, the midfielder that decided to take a risk with a pass through the line. Then the defense there made a mistake, right? He didn't go hard on the tackle, and when you don't go hard on the tackle, most of the time what happens? You're gonna miss the ball. But here, the goalie made a save. I think here the goalie used what we call the shark mentality. He went aggressively on the ball, even if, you could get hurt, you can get the ball in the face, right? He went aggressively and made an amazing save. Now, if you're a goalie, right, and you don't go out there, you don't go aggressive on the ball, what's going to happen? You stay in, and that ball most likely is going to go in the corner, is going to go on a goal. But he went out aggressively using the shark mentality, and he closed that space, that visual space for the forward. When the goalie goes out, the goal gets really, really small, and it's more, it's very difficult for the other team to score when he does that. I want to talk about making mistake, right? Here we're talking about Barcelona, one of the top teams. Because kids sometimes they think, oh, I'm not allowed to make mistakes. I'm gonna be ashamed if I make a mistake. Look at the silly mistakes that the goalie and the defender made in this occasion here that caused the goal for Benfica. I mean, that is a mistake that you see make in the amateur leagues, right? We're talking about the Champions League, we're talking about Barcelona. What do? In the end, Barcelona won the game, right? So they bounce back from that. They're not going to let that mistake affect them. They're gonna move on. And that's what they did here, and they move on and they follow through and keep playing, right? You make a mistake, silly mistake, who cares, right? You wanna forget about it, you wanna move on. And then what happened again? Szczesny made a second mistake, right? Another mistake from the goalie. He got out aggressively, right? Knowing the risk that you could cause a penalty. And that's what Szczesny did here. And he caused the penalty that, Benfica then took the lead 3-1, increased the lead actually. So yeah, that's what happens, even at the pro level. If you're a goalie, if you're a midfielder, you're going to make mistakes no matter what. And sometimes you make multiple mistakes in a game, but that doesn't mean that you're going to let your game be affected by those. So let's see what happened here. I don't think it was maybe a penalty here. Let me know in the comments if you think this is a penalty. And look at what happened now. This is the Benfica goalie, right? Look at the mistake that he made here that caused the goal. Crazy, right? So you see, pros make mistakes just like anybody else. And there's another own goal, another mistake. So far we have seen Szczesny, the defender, making two mistakes that caused the goal. The defender causing an own goal, and we have seen also the goalie from Benfica kicking the ball against Rafinha, and the goal was scored there. So silly mistakes overall from both teams so far. Did they shut down? No, the game goes on, right? Barca, the lead just increased. What happened here? We know everybody how the game ended. Barcelona won. So they don't shut down after mistakes. They don't give up after mistakes. They keep going. A little questionable penalty here. Let's talk about the sense of urgency here for Barcelona, right? You're down 4-3, most people at the 85th minute, so you have 5 minutes plus stoppage time. And for a team that made a ton of mistakes, what do? Are they gonna say, oh, we already lost? We play in Portugal, we play away from home, they're too aggressive now, we already made so many mistakes, this game is gonna be a tie, maybe, but we're not gonna win this game. No, they don't say that. We're Barcelona, it's 5 minutes to the end. I'm gonna try to attack as much as possible and believe I can score. See what happens. And that's a goal. Now what's gonna happen, right? It's the momentum shifted, right? They scored 2 goals in the 2-minute span. Even if there's only 4 minutes left, they're gonna attack like crazy, right? And let's see what happened at the end here. This is what happened, right? You're there screaming, it's a penalty, you're protesting, and meanwhile, the Barcelona kick an amazing ball to Rafinha, and Rafinha is going full speed and scored the winning goal at the last minute. Crazy how soccer works, but the Barcelona, when they were down 4-2 and they got a penalty for 4-3, that's when they knew they were gonna win the game. So they did 4-3, 4-4, and then at the end, they almost lost there on the 4-4. They almost lost 5-4, but this is what happens. They didn't get awarded with a penalty, and in the counter-attack, they actually scored that winning goal. So yeah, just wanted to show you here how crazy is soccer, right? You can make a ton of mistakes. You've seen Szczesny, goalie, making 2 mistakes. The own goal, the other goalie making, kicking the ball and hitting the Rafinha, and he scored. But despite that, no one actually shut down after that. They continue playing. They continue along. They don't let one mistake define them, or they don't let one mistake crush their own game. Let me know what you think about this game here in the comments. And if you like this type of video, I'm gonna do more game analysis, analyzing the mentality that you have to have in games, right? When you make mistakes, showing you that professional players are gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna show you how some players' movements, what they do with the ball, without the ball. So I'm gonna do a lot of game reviews and the mentality reviews of those professional players as well going forward. So if you like this type of video, subscribe to the channel here, put a like, and comments any question. I'll reply to any question. So I'll see you in the next one.